Judge Judy. Ms. Rodriguez, why, when you start to tell a lie, I always have a saying, and that saying is, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. I'm going to read what you swore to in your answer. Judge Judy. On the day of the incident, I was walking Nala and pushing Alana in her stroller. As plaintiff's son approached, I pulled Nala's leash and kept her on my left side. Yes, Palm. Judge Judy, I directed him to pass on my right side. Once he passed, I started walking again. All of a sudden, his son came up from behind us and scared Nala. When he startled us, Nala reacted to protect us. Now, what part of that didn't you put in? You want to look at it? You signed it. You swore to it. Lords Rodriguez. No, I have a copy, Your Honor. Judge Judy. Wait just a second. What part of that didn't you tell me? Lords Rodriguez. I just gave you the simple story. Judge Judy. No, that was very specific. I was swinging to the right. I was swinging to the left. I turned around. He walked away. What part of all that my dog was protecting us because he came up from behind, didn't... You see, when you have a truthful story, you don't have to have a good memory. You don't want to read this again, and you don't want me to read it again, right? Lords Rodriguez. You're right. Yes. Judge Judy. Were you cited once or twice for your dog biting somebody within a week's period? Lords Rodriguez. Once. Judge Judy. Once. Lords Rodriguez. Yeah, the one. Judge Judy. That was this child? Lords Rodriguez. Yes, ma'am. Judge Judy. And what happened with the other incident? Lords Rodriguez. Nothing came to be of it. The dog was not on a leash, so it was really nothing to be had. Judge Judy. Can I see the bite, please? You have photographs and the medical bills? Lords Rodriguez. Yes. Added with those are the requests in regards to the payment made by the insurance company. The requests for those dollar amounts being returned to them. Judge Judy. Actually, the amount... Lords Rodriguez with the wrong name. Judge Judy. Okay. Lords Rodriguez. Correct. Judge Judy. Your insurance covered most of that? Lords Rodriguez. The out-of-pocket for the medical was just a hair over $1,346. That includes all the medical and my missing time from work. Judge Judy. No. Medical alone? Lords Rodriguez. Yes. Judge Judy. I just want what you were out of pocket on your medical. That doesn't mean that I'm discounting. Lords Rodriguez. Your Honor, I have the email where he sent us the out-of-pocket expenses that he... Judge Judy. I'd like to see it. Lords Rodriguez. Expected of us. Judge Judy. Here's a copy of the true medical record. Judge Judy. Shh. Just a second. This out-of-pocket was $300. Now, this is my problem with you, Ms. Rodriguez. First of all, because you either lied in your deposition or you lied when you told me your story. I'm not so offended by that, although I should be for the court. Be offended by that. What I'm offended by for this young man is I believe you sensed in your dog that your dog was uncomfortable as Sammy was approaching. Either you knew that because your dog had been aggressive before. Lords Rodriguez. No. Judge Judy. Shh. Or you knew that because your dog at that moment was agitated. Now, how long have you had the dog? Lords Rodriguez. 5 years. Judge Judy. Well, then, maybe it's because when you have a dog for 5 years, and I assume that this is your first baby? Lords Rodriguez. Yes. Judge Judy. And the dog has been your baby for 5 years, and you have a brand new baby that the dog is not happy. Been there, done that. The dog's personality changes. The dog's personality changes because the dog is jealous of the new baby in the house, and I can guarantee you that you've seen signs of that change in behavior since your new baby came home. Whatever it is, when Sammy passed, Sammy did not come back in an aggressive way. Sammy did not double back to a barking dog. That's not the kind of child this is, and if you sense that your dog was agitated, you cross the street. You don't direct the child to walk around you. You get your baby buggy and your dog, and you move them out of harm's way. Lords Rodriguez. I understand. Judge Judy. Well, I'm glad you understand. Do you still have the dog? Lords Rodriguez. Yes, I do. Judge Judy. Well, you just be careful with that baby. I'm just telling you. Lords Rodriguez. I have pictures here of my dog and the baby, and she absolutely loves Judge Judy. Do you know how many pictures I've seen? Lords Rodriguez. So I'd just like to say that my dog's not a dangerous dog. Judge Judy. Your dog bit the child for no reason. Lords Rodriguez. I disagree. Judge Judy. There was a reason. Judge Judy. Listen. So far, your wife hasn't given me a reason. She's given 2 different stories, but not one reason. Lords. Rodriguez, it's the same story. Just one story is more elaborate than the other. Judge Judy. No, madam. Laughter. There are 2 different stories. 2 entirely different stories. And fortunately, this is on tape, so the 10 million people who are going to watch this case will see that you told 2 distinct stories, but neither one of them suggests that this child did anything wrong. Judge Judy. The true story's on the blue. Your daughter's going to be crawling on the ground, and Nola, whatever the dog's name is going to say, you know what? It was much better around here before I had competition. And then you're going to say, well, she never did that before. The truth is, you've been forewarned. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. We're done.